Don't forget to click subscribe for more content and updates. The Legend of Nale, a haunting tale from Bangalore. Origins of the legend. The Nale legend is a well-known urban myth that emerged in the late 1980s and 1990s in the southern state of Karnataka, specifically in Bangalore. The city, known for its bustling streets, technology parks, and rich history, also became the birthplace of this eerie tale that has since become a part of local folklore. The legend centers around a vengeful spirit often described as a bride ghost, or a chudail, a female spirit in Indian folklore, who would roam the streets at night, knocking on doors in search of new victims. According to the stories, this ghost was the spirit of a woman who had died under tragic circumstances, possibly as a bride who was mistreated or abandoned. She returned from the dead, driven by anger and sorrow, seeking revenge on those who dared to open their doors to her. The spirit was said to be particularly cunning, mimicking the voice of a loved one to deceive the person inside the house. If someone responded to the knock and opened the door, the spirit would enter, leading to the death of the person within a day. This led to widespread fear and panic among the residents, who were desperate to find a way to protect themselves. The birth of Nale. In an attempt to outsmart the spirit, people began writing Nale on the walls and doors of their homes. Nale translates to "come tomorrow" in Canada, the local language of Karnataka. The idea was that the spirit, upon seeing the message, would be tricked into thinking it needed to return the next day, thus leaving the inhabitants of the house safe for another night. This simple yet ingenious method spread quickly throughout Bangalore, and soon Nale became a common sight on walls across the city. The legend became so ingrained in the local culture that it turned into a sort of collective ritual, with people believing that the message had a protective power. Whether or not they truly believed in the ghost, many residents saw it as a precautionary measure, better safe than sorry. Cultural impact and modern interpretations. The Nale legend is more than just a ghost story. It is a reflection of how urban legends can shape local culture and influence behavior. The practice of writing Nale on doors became a way for people to cope with their fears, turning a potentially terrifying situation into something they could manage. It also highlights the creativity of communities in dealing with the supernatural, using language and tradition to ward off evil. Over time, the Nale legend evolved, with various versions of the story emerging. Some say that the ghost was a jilted lover, while others claim she was a woman who died in childbirth. Despite these variations, the core of the legend, the mysterious knock, the deadly consequences of answering, and the simple yet effective solution remains the same. In recent years, the legend of Nale has gained renewed attention, partly due to the 2018 Bollywood horror comedy film Stree. The film, set in a small town, tells the story of a female spirit who haunts the village, abducting men during a local festival. The villagers, much like those in Bangalore, write, "O Stree Kal Ana," "O woman, come tomorrow," on the walls of their homes to protect themselves from her. Stree was a critical and commercial success, bringing the Nale legend into the national spotlight and introducing it to a new generation of viewers. The film not only entertained audiences but also sparked discussions about the nature of urban legends and how they reflect societal fears. In this case, the legend of Nale can be seen as a commentary on issues like gender violence, the fear of the unknown, and the ways in which communities protect themselves from perceived threats. The broader context of Indian urban legends. The Nale legend is just one of many urban legends that have emerged in India over the years. India, with its rich history and diverse cultures, has a long tradition of storytelling where folklore, myths, and urban legends blend seamlessly. These stories often serve as a mirror to societal concerns, superstitions, and the collective consciousness of the people. For example, in West Bengal, there is the legend of the Mohini, a spirit that is said to appear as a beautiful woman, luring men to their doom. In Rajasthan, there's the tale of the haunted Bhangar fort, where it is believed that a curse led to the destruction of an entire town. In Mumbai, stories circulate about the Mukesh Mills, an abandoned mill said to be haunted by the spirits of workers who died there in tragic accidents. These urban legends, much like Nale, often revolve around themes of betrayal, tragedy, and revenge. They reflect the anxieties and fears of the times, whether it's the fear of the supernatural, the unknown, or societal issues. While they may not be true in a literal sense, they carry significant cultural weight and continue to be passed down through generations. Why Nale endures. The endurance of the Nale legend can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, it taps into a universal fear, the fear of the unknown and the supernatural. The idea of a malevolent spirit lurking outside your door waiting to strike is a powerful image that resonates with people on a primal level. Secondly, the legend is rooted in local culture, language, and tradition, making it particularly meaningful to the people of Bangalore. The use of the Kannada language in the phrase Nale ties the legend to the region, giving it a sense of authenticity and local flavor. Finally, the story's adaptability has allowed it to remain relevant over the years. Whether through oral storytelling, graffiti on walls, or modern films like Stree, the Nale legend has found new ways to stay in the public consciousness. It continues to evolve, taking on new meanings and interpretations as it is passed down through generations. Conclusion: the legacy of Nale. The legend of Nale is more than just an urban myth. It is a piece of living folklore that has woven itself into the cultural fabric of Bangalore and beyond. It is a story that has been told and retold, each time with new twists and interpretations, yet always carrying the same core message. Be wary of the unknown, but also, with a little wit and tradition, you can protect yourself from even the most terrifying of threats. As you walk through the streets of Bangalore, you might still come across the faded words Nale written on an old wall, a reminder of a time when the fear of a ghostly knock at the door was very real. Whether or not you believe in the supernatural, the legend of Nale is a fascinating example of how urban legends can capture the imagination of a community, becoming a lasting part of its cultural heritage.